What's up, my friends? It's a beautiful day out, so I figured I'd take you on a live walk through the garden, kind of see what's going on. So we recently put up these cattle panel trellises. This one is one that we're going to use to grow watermelons on, and I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, you can't grow watermelons on that. The weight of the watermelon will break the vine or tear it off the trellis. That's not necessarily the case. Truth be told, we're growing sugar baby watermelons, so they're relatively small. And I'm going to use slings to hold those watermelons to this trellis. So they should be fine. Some other things we've got going in the garden. Now, if you've ever seen my gardens before, you know my gardens are somewhat chaos. I don't do the monoculture thing. I don't believe in planting one row of this or one bed full of that. I like to mix things up. So if you look over here, that's a cabbage. I'm actually going to pull that up and give it to the bunnies because it's just not growing the way I wanted it to grow. And if you've ever gardened, you know, sometimes things just don't grow the way you want them to. Now those Brussels sprouts, those are looking amazing. And I'm really excited to get the harvest off of those. Now if you look down here, you'll see these grass looking things. Those are either onion or garlic. I plant onion and garlic in every single garden I do because they put off pretty pungent smells that a lot of pests don't like. So by planting onion and garlic in between all the other stuff I have going on, I have kind of a natural pest control. So on this side, we also have broccoli. Are starting to pop up. There's a sunflower. There's a sunflower. So pretty excited about that. Watermelon seeds just got planted, so I don't expect to see any watermelon anytime soon, but that's okay. Pretty soon they'll germinate, they'll grow, and by midsummer we'll have watermelons. Over here, that is a baby blue curly kale. We also have strawberries in this garden, more broccoli, and a bunch of green onions. So those were going bad in the refrigerator. I decided instead of just let them go bad, I'd cut the bad tops off, put them in the ground, and now I have a whole bunch of green onions growing. These are my favorite blueberries in the world. They're called pink lemonade blueberries. I've got several of them. There's another one and another one. Oh, and that's Sweetness. Say hi, Sweetness. And there's another pink lemonade blueberry there. So also in this garden, I like to put beans just about everywhere. So we have some green beans growing there. Some more green beans popping up over there. And I do that because green beans are nitrogen fixers. So they put nitrogen into the soil, keep the soil alive and healthy for everything else you're growing in it. So we also have some random pepper plants popping up everywhere, along with random sunflower seeds popping up everywhere. So that's pretty exciting. We also planted some blue curly kale and some broccoli here in the middle. We planted some squash here on this side. Those seeds haven't started popping yet. These are collard greens. I'm not a big fan of eating collard greens, but I am a big fan of growing them because my bunnies love them. So it cuts down on cost. Sweetness, get out of the garden. You're going to kill my plants. Sweetness, go out of the garden. Come on. Good girl. There's a good girl. But anyway, so we have collard greens for the bunnies. Bunnies love it. They get tons of produce off of these things. So that's always fun. This is a new plant. I know it looks like cardboard, but I got the cardboard shading it. That is kiwi berry. And I think the direct exposure to sun after being in the store for so long is hurting it. You can see some damage there on the leaves. So I've got this cardboard here in the heat of the day that shades it out, kind of gives it a better chance of survival. Over here we have Nanking bush cherries. I've never tried them. I'm hoping that will, but that's okay. Hey, Josh, thanks for saying you like my garden. Day's been great. It's absolutely beautiful out. I've gotten a lot of work done in the garden today, so that's nice. Anyway, these are Nanking bush cherries. Can't wait to try those. This is a grapevine. So as you can see, it's been chewed up a lot. My dogs think it's a fetch stick, so I put this little metal cage around it, and luckily we see some new growth down there. So the dogs have not killed it. Over here on the fence, That's a passion fruit vine. I thought that thing died. So here in Florida, we had a ton of snow, and we never get snow. Like literally here at home, we had about a foot of snow, and it killed my greenhouse. Hi, VR kid. So the foot of snow killed my greenhouse, and I thought it killed everything in it. That passion fruit vine was one of those things in it, and it survived. So when it started popping up, I put it on the fence. We have another grapevine here. This is something I'm really excited about. As you can see, I've tied it down, but this is a pear tree, and we're starting to get little pears just about everywhere. So why have I tied it up like this? Well, if I let the tree continue to grow up, I won't be able to reach these fruit. So I've tied it so I have it growing horizontally, and that way I'll be able to reach the fruit. And VR Kid, thanks for the sub and the like. I really do appreciate that. So over here, this is an apple tree. It's still dormant. I took the time to tie that one up too because it was getting a bit tall. We have over here, this is another dormant apple tree that was just tied down. Make sure everything's easy to reach. Right here is another Nanking bush cherry, and I'm excited about this one because if I can show it to you, there's a little cherry right there. So like I said, I've never eaten a Nanking bush cherry. I'm really excited to get to try it, and it looks like this might be the year. So over here, we have another pear tree. This is called the pineapple pear. Oh no, this is the Florida home pear. The other one's the pineapple pear. I don't know if pineapple pear tastes like pineapple, but I think we're gonna find out this year. And if you look in here, you see little pears everywhere. So that's always exciting. So over here, we have a plum tree. Now this is a baby. It's an American plum. And these make really small little plums, but they're supposed to be very delicious. I've never tried them. It's a baby tree, but we'll try one day. Here's another plum tree. And over here we have our strawberry garden. So if you're wondering why there's a bunch of cardboard and hay behind it, I absolutely hate having to mow and maintain turf grass. As you can see, we have a ton of turf grass. But my goal is to slowly kill all the grass in the front yard. Literally all of this gone one day and replaced with strawberry plants. As you can see, these things don't get too tall. They're a perfect ground cover, and they provide you something, fruit you get to eat. So I think it would make a lot more sense to have a lawn that's both living and productive. And slowly I'll kill off all this grass, and we will eventually have strawberry plants literally everywhere. Now over here, that's another one of those American plums. It will be growing soon. And this garden here, I just tilled and planted this garden, but I'm gonna have potatoes and corn growing here. So the seeds are in, the seed potatoes and the corn seeds, and maybe I can find something popping. So that's potato. And if you look right here, that's a baby corn plant. So the garden is coming to life. I always love to see new gardens coming to life. Over here, this is called an Indian blood peach, and I don't know why most of the tree has remained dormant. This part of the tree is not dormant. We actually have a twin peach there, which is pretty neat. But anyway, Indian blood peaches, when you cut them open, they have some red in them. Kind of looks like they're bleeding. This is where they get their name. This is another grapevine that's dormant, and we have another grapevine that's dormant right over here. Hope these guys pop back up. Now I got a new grapevine. Well, my wife got me a new grapevine. This is a different variety of grapes. I just planted it 2 days ago, and it's got a little sun shock, but I'm excited to try it. So that's gonna grow on the fence. Now I'm gonna bring you over to the garden that I'm working on at the moment. Oh, let me show you a couple more trees. This is a plum tree. The snow literally killed like most of the tree, and only this branch seemed to survive. So I cut it, and we have the branch growing and happy. So that's pretty cool. Over here we have another peach tree. This is a special tree to me. I lost my stepmom last year, and she asked me to plant a peach tree in her honor. And this is that tree. And my, look at all the blooms. We've even got peaches starting to form. So this is for you, Laura. Beautiful tree. Every time I look up at it, I think about you. So there's that. Over here we have a plum tree. Just got this year. It's still dormant, but if you can bend the branches like this without breaking them, it typically means that your tree's alive. So I'm hoping that this plum tree is alive. This is a new peach tree. Just got that this year. I put the cage around it because the second I planted it, my dog tried to dig it up. So they don't want to chew on a stick with a metal cage around it. So that works for me. And then over here, this is the garden I'm currently working on building out.